Your milk makes you sick. In 1942, your grandmother drank a glass of milk every single day during World War II, fresh from the milkman who delivered it at dawn. She drank it with breakfast. She drank it before bed. Through 6 years of war and 70 years after, she never had digestive issues. She never complained about bloating. She never mentioned lactose intolerance because that phrase did not exist. Today, you drink a glass of milk and you immediately feel it. Bloating within 20 minutes, cramps, digestive chaos. You have tried lactose-free. You have tried oat milk. You have convinced yourself you cannot digest dairy. One generation drank World War II milk daily and thrived. You can barely tolerate it. What changed? Have you ever felt sick after drinking milk? That bloating? That heavy feeling in your stomach? Let us know in the comments. What you are about to learn explains why your body treats modern milk like poison, while people during World War II drank it every day without issue. So let's start with what's in your milk. Pick up a carton and read the label. Ultra-pasteurized, heated to 280 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 seconds. Homogenized, with fat particles crushed to microscopic size, from cows fed grain and soy rather than grass. They are given antibiotics routinely and they receive growth hormones to increase production. The milk sits in trucks for days, then in warehouses, then on store shelves. It can be 2 weeks old when you drink it. It sits in plastic that leaches chemicals. Even organic milk is ultra-pasteurized and it is homogenized. It comes from cows bred for production, not quality. There are 8 to 10 industrial steps between the cow and your glass. Compare that to World War II. Britain was at war. German U-boats were hunting merchant ships in the Atlantic. Food imports were cut in half. Sugar was rationed, meat was rationed, butter was rationed. Everything was scarce. But in 1940, the British government made a decision. The National Milk Scheme, free milk for children in need, not reduced price. Free. Children got 1/3 of a pint daily at school throughout the war. Pregnant women got extra rations. While bombs fell on London and while families scraped by on ration books, the government gave milk away. They recognized it as critical nutrition during the worst food scarcity Britain had ever faced. Why? Because World War II milk worked. It came from local dairies, small farms within 20 miles. The milkman delivered it every morning in glass bottles. Most families had no refrigerators yet, so the milk had to be fresh, less than a day old when you drank it, not weeks. It was pasteurized at low temperatures, 145 degrees Fahrenheit for 30 minutes, not 280 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 seconds. In rural areas, raw milk was still common and legal. Cows ate grass in pastures. No antibiotics, no hormones. The milk had cream on top. You shook the bottle. Full-fat, whole milk with natural structure intact. There was no homogenization crushing fat globules into particles so small they bypass normal digestion. Here is what nobody talks about. Studies suggested children who received the milk scheme showed better nutrition than before the war. No one complained about lactose intolerance during World War II. That phrase did not exist. Digestive issues from milk were rarely mentioned in medical literature. Why did it work? The milk was fresh. The enzymes that help digest lactose were intact because the milk was not cooked at ultra-high temperatures. The protein structure was natural. The fat globules were natural size. Beneficial bacteria were present. World War II milk was alive. Your grandmother drank that milk. It did not make her sick because it was food. So what happened? How did we go from that to this? It was 1945 and the war was over. Local dairies still thrived. The milkman still delivered fresh bottles. But the dairy industry saw an opportunity. The 1950s brought consolidation. Large corporations bought small farms. Mega dairies emerged. Hundreds of cows replaced dozens. Quality became quantity. Nutrition became profit. But here is where it gets disturbing. The 1960s brought ultra-pasteurization. Fresh milk spoiled in 7 days. But heat it to 280 degrees for 2 seconds and it lasts 30 days. Suddenly, you could centralize production. One facility served entire regions. Profits soared. That heat destroyed everything. The lactase enzyme that helps digest lactose was denatured. Beneficial bacteria were dead. Protein structure was altered. What remained was a shelf-stable liquid that qualified as milk but was biologically dead. And it got worse. The 1970s brought homogenization. They forced milk through tiny screens under extreme pressure. Fat globules went from 2 to 10 microns down to 0.2 microns. So small, they bypassed normal digestion. It did not stop there. The 1980s brought factory farms. Cows moved from pastures to concrete feedlots. It did not matter that cows are not designed to digest grain. It did not matter that this diet made them sick. Just pump them full of antibiotics and add growth hormones. A cow in the 1940s produced 20 pounds per day. A factory cow in the 1980s produced 60 pounds per day, 3 times the output. But the milk composition changed completely. The 1990s revealed something scientists had ignored. Modern cows produce A1 beta-casein protein. When digested, it breaks down into BCM7, a peptide that triggers gut inflammation. Traditional cows produced A2 beta-casein, a different structure that does not cause inflammation. Your grandmother's milk came from cows that produced more A2. Today, you are often drinking milk from Holstein cows bred for maximum production, a different animal with different protein and a different effect. And then came the lactose intolerance epidemic. In 1940, it was rarely mentioned. By 2020, 65% of adults have reduced lactase activity. The timeline matches exactly. Lactose intolerance appears in the decades when ultra-pasteurization, homogenization, and factory farms became standard. It is not your genes. Your grandmother had the same genes. She drank milk daily with no issues. You drink 1 glass and your stomach revolts. The milk changed, your body did not. Some studies suggest people with lactose intolerance can drink raw milk with minimal issues. The enzymes are intact and the bacteria aid digestion. The fat structure is natural, but when people got sick, the dairy industry blamed you. They said you are lactose intolerant. You have a sensitivity. Try lactose-free milk. Their solution was to take ultra-pasteurized, homogenized factory milk and add enzymes back artificially. The milk is still dead, still inflammatory, but now with lab enzymes added. They did not tell you they destroyed the natural enzymes when they cooked your milk at ultra-high temperatures. They did not tell you homogenization creates fat particles your body was never designed to process. They did not tell you modern cows produce fundamentally different proteins. You are not broken. The product is broken. Your body is having a normal reaction to an abnormal product. Modern milk is optimized for shelf life and profit, not digestion, not nutrition, not health. First, find raw milk if it is legal. Go to local farms where you can meet the farmer. Choose grass-fed cows only. Look for fresh milk, less than a day old. It costs more, and it spoils in days. That is how you know it is real. Second, look for a 2 milk, labeled clearly. It comes from cows that produce a protein closer to what your grandmother's cows produced. It is still pasteurized, but it does not break down into inflammatory compounds. It is available at most grocery stores. Third, buy low-temperature, vat-pasteurized milk in glass bottles when you can. 145 degrees for 30 minutes instead of 280 degrees for 2 seconds preserves enzymes and beneficial bacteria. Choose local dairies and small producers. The point is not to romanticize wartime rationing. Their milk was food. Yours is an industrial product optimized for profit, not nutrition. Every time you choose real milk, you vote against a system that made you sick and then blamed you for it. Subscribe. We are digging up what the World War II generation knew about food and health. Knowledge that worked under the worst conditions. Knowledge that still works now.